Hi all and welcome back to Olio Models. Today we're going to be looking at Pack 3, Stage 9 of Build the USS Enterprise NCC-1701-D from Hero Collector over at Eaglemoss. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So we've got some windows and some window blanks. We've got some BP, some BM screws. We've got the window reflector. We've got the LED that will go with the window reflector. And then we've got this other portion of the skeleton for the saucer. So let's do this. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take the new piece of skeleton section and we're going to need to bring in the existing piece of skeleton that we've already been doing, and these should then just kind of marry up about here. So we've already got our screws out ready and we've got some oil ready to go. So let's get ourselves a screw ready, a touch of oil, and then we're going to turn this over, again marry this back up so it's in the correct position, which is just here, and then we're going to start screwing it together using 4 of the BM screws. That's 1. 2. 'Make sure we're screwing the right one. 3. And lastly, 4. And this is how it looks now. You can certainly start to see the size that this is going to be. So we're finished with the skeleton for the saucer, so we're going to move this out of the way, and we're going to bring back the rear neck for the battle section just like this, and we're going to turn this over as this is the side we want to work on. So in this stage we're going to be working on the left hand side, so we're going to be working on these windows over on this side here. And then with the art of video editing we can go from this to this. There we go, we've got all of the windows and the blanks in place. So the next thing we need to do is we need to take the window reflector just like this. We'll move that out of the way, and then we need to take the LED lights. So you can see I've just pulled these apart slightly just to give me a bit more room to play with them. And the first thing that we do before we're going to put those in there is we're actually going to test the lights. So we're going to bring in the battery and the test board and test them by plugging in to slot C on the board, which is this slot over here. And as you can see we've got both lights working. So we'll unplug those for the time being, and we'll move the battery out of the way. So we're going to get some BP screws ready, as we're going to need 4 of those in a second. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the window reflector, and just to make sure that the LEDs stay in place, we're going to just drop a tiny drop of glue just in here, and it wants us to use the LED with the yellow and black wire on the slightly longer side. So we'll pop that in there. So hold that for a second to ensure that it sticks. And then with that in place, we're going to do exactly the same. Drop a tiny drop of glue into the other slot. I'm going to pop the other LED in that one. And again we'll hold that for a second just to make sure that that dries. With that dry, we're going to turn that over, and then we're going to very carefully turn around bottleneck, making sure that we don't dislodge any of the windows, and then we're going to lay the window reflector over the 4 little lugs. For it. Remembering, as I didn't do, that we need to bend the wires 90 degrees upwards so that this can fit in properly. With that in place, we're going to get our screwdriver and we'll screw it down in place. That's one. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. And there we go, we've got them all in place. Again, we just have one final check with it in place to make sure that everything's still working. So we'll drop that in there. And there, as we can see, we've got the lights working. And that is all that we have to do on that stage. So if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already subscribed and you want to be kept up to date with all the latest videos on the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. Till next time, take care.